Okay, friends, so let's turn this 12.6 billion cubic meters of water into something that I can envision a cubic meter. A cubic meter is like a washing machine.
Actually, I just did the math. A cubic meter is not just the washing machine, it's the washing machine plus its dryer. Man, some of these spaces are really, really hard to envision. All right, let's keep going.
I mean, a cubic meter is pretty easy. It's a meter by a meter by a meter. But 12.6 billion of them is just insane. I vote we convert it. Okay, so I'm going to start by what we have over here. We have 12.6 billion. I'm actually going to write that number out just because it's kind of hard to deal with math and words. So 12.6 would be a comma, and then I'm going to go, that's 12,600. That's 12,600,000. And that's 12,600,000,000, which is 12.6 billion. And that's cubic meters. I'm going to put that over one. Okay. Okay. Meters. Okay, so the first thing I'm thinking of is the base unit we use is usually feet, right? And let's use that for starters, because I know earlier in this exam I had you going between feet and meters. Let's actually use that one. Okay, so I got to get rid of meters. So I got to get rid of... Well, actually, I've got to get rid of meters 3 times. We'll deal with that in a second. Just in a second. So I know that in 1 meter, there are about 3.28 feet. That's that unit we used earlier today, right? Okay, good. Now, I can't just multiply by that unit one time, or that 1 unit fraction one time, because this is cubic meters. This is meters times meters times meters. This is just 1 meter down here. This is linear meters. That's volumetric cubic meters. So I've actually got to multiply by that unit fraction 3 times. Because I want to be able to cancel off cubic meters. Well, that means I've got to be able to cancel off meters times meters times meters. And then I'm left with cubic feet, which makes sense because it needs to be a volume. This is a 3-dimensional space. This is going to have to be a 3-dimensional space. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's going to be a massive 3-dimensional space. Give me a sec here. And let me work this out.
That's 1,000, million, billion, and then we're going to multiply that by 3.283 times to get it into cubic feet. Oh, wow, that's a big number.
444,623. I don't even know what this number is yet. I'm going to bring it down here. 444,623. Sorry about the chalk. 623. 155,200. 623, 155,200. I'm going to put the commas back in so I can deal with this. So that's 444,623,155,200 cubic feet. This doesn't help. This doesn't help at all. Because I know what a cubic foot looks like. It's about yay. But I can't envision almost 500 billion of them. Okay, enough screwing around. We're going to convert this to cubic miles. Now, a cubic mile is a vast thing. We'll come back to that in a second. But the conversion is going to knock this number down to something that's more meaningful. Okay, you got cubic feet. We know that there are 5,280. I don't know why there are, but we know that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. But that's only feet, not cubic feet. We got to do the same thing we did up here down here. We've got to multiply by 1 mile over 5,280 times 1 mile over 5,280. That, my dear friends, is going to convert that number into cubic miles, because now we can divide off cubic feet. Whoops, I forgot to put feet down here. I'm so sorry. I'll put it in there now so I can cross it off. Don't cross off the number. feel better if I cross the feet off. And I'm left with cubic miles. Okay, so that number is going to be that number. Whew.
All right, so let's take this number, paste it up here, and then divide by 5,280 times 5,280 times 5,280. And that is going to give us just about 3.
3 cubic miles. We're going to use that number for starters. We're going to deal with that for the rest of this exam. Now, cubic mile, well, first of all, this is what it would look like if you could actually see it. That's the Golden Gate Bridge. That's a cubic mile. To give you an example, just an idea of the scale of a cubic mile, you could fit every human being inside of that thing, and it would only fill it about 10% of the way. What? We'll have you do that question last on the exam. It's huge. It's massive. That's why there are so few of them in that many cubic feet or that many cubic meters. Yes. So now we've got how much water the Great Salt Lake has lost over 33 years. That's a lot of water. Holy crap, that's a lot of water. Let's put that into perspective by looking at it year after year in these next few questions.